Good evening. I'd like to call to order a special meeting of the City Council of Satellite Beach, August 29th, 2019, approximately 5 p.m. The agenda item is 1, discuss, take action on the status of Hurricane Dorian preparation and adoption of resolution number 1017.
Resolution number 1017, a resolution of the City of Satellite Beach, Brevard County, Florida, declaring a state of local emergency due to disaster conditions related to Hurricane Dorian to address damaged property within the City of Satellite Beach, providing for severability and providing an effective date.
Make a motion to approve resolution 1017 as read.
Second.
A motion by Councilman Montanaro, second by Councilman Gibson. Any further discussion? Councilwoman Gibson, excuse me.
Well, yes, thank you.
Please make sure.
Trust the drag.
Any discussion?
No, let's just hope this thing
At this
doesn't hit.
time, open up for public comment. Any public comment on this item? Hearing none. Gwen, thank you.
Councilwoman Brzezicki?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Breimer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gibson?
Yes.
Councilman Montanaro?
Yes.
Mayor Katina?
Yes, motion passes. Anything else we need to know, guys?
So you guys are going to keep us informed, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just here to answer any questions you have about anything.
So what I heard today, we're staying on a 2, we're leaving on a 3.
That, I think, is the plan, yes, sir.
All right?
Does that mean police department stay?
Yeah, we are going with, I believe it's you and I,
Okay,
are going with Courtney
okay.
to O'Galley, correct?
O'Galley is the bug out place, yes.
Yep.
O'Galley Civic Center?
O'Galley High School.
Oh, O'Galley High School, okay.
Okay.
When will that do you have any detail? I mean, I'm not, if there's nothing right yet, just let me.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, I just looked at the last report, I mean, it's all over the board.
Right.
Somebody says now West Palm, hitting there and then coming directly up the coast, but not crossing into the mainland of Florida. So, I don't think until really Saturday late or Sunday morning, are you going to have a real indication just by, I follow it pretty good on some of the weather things. And that's the one I just heard, is that it's going to hit the coast and come right up. If that happens, the bad part is storm stays to the ocean. So the storm, as of right now, was hurricane winds extended out from center 15 miles. Tropical force winds were 85. That's pretty small. I mean, pretty powerful in that little core, but,
Yeah.
40 miles could make,
Andrew type storm, yeah.
40 miles can make a huge difference. So,
So is the police and fire, are they leaving? Or what, I mean, I know they leave at a certain speed, but is the plan that they're leaving anyhow, Alan?
The plan, I think, and Liz may be able to speak to that a little bit better, but the plan that we discussed this morning is that when winds get such that we can't get the fire vehicles out of here and, cross the bridge safely, before that happens, then we need to think about what we're doing. When we had Matthew, we were going to move everything up to Delora Junior High School, so we had the second floor to work with. I think this is a little different situation, but, we always play it by ear. It's one of those things where, it's a feel thing, and you guys have been through it enough with us to understand how we operate, and that's why I'm here. I just wanted to assure you that we're doing everything we can to make sure that the city's ready, and, we'll stay as long as we can stay. And
My question is, if the city does evacuate and you guys go to O'Galley, and if I'm going anywhere, if you guys are going, I'm going probably to Melbourne to our daughters. I will want to come back ASAP. Are we going to contact and make sure the sheriff, I have my city identification, I have my little administration, city council badge. Am I going to be able to, I want to make sure I can get over the causeway.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I want to make sure that we are locked in with Melbourne Police or who's ever on the causeways
Sheriff,
to make sure, the sheriff, because I came in, when you called me, when you texted me that last time,
Yeah.
I came over to Causeway, and there were sheriff's deputies there, and the first one hassled me, the second one just said, go ahead. But I want to make sure that we as elected officials coming back into our city are allowed to get back over that bridge.
So we had the policy meeting this morning with John at the EOC, county manager, sheriff's department, and all the municipalities. And so as long as you have identification of who you are, they're going to be accepting that as getting over the bridge. So with the city employees, we have well our badges. And as long as you're essential services, they will let you through. And
Okay.
that was, the fire departments were on this call, and your police chiefs. So everyone understands. And of course, as soon as they check the integrity of the bridge, FDOT, that's what FDOT does, is when they'll start letting people back over. But,
Do we anticipate them doing any kind of mandatory evacuations off the island at this point?
yeah.
I think the governor just said, he just held a news conference as I was leaving the house, and I'm not sure what he said.
wasn't
at
very
that.
There's
specific.
Nothing yet with the EOC.
Yeah.
It's all right now so
Thought he
so
was gonna-
early on.
Oh,
I can tell you, some of the cities are shutting down at noon tomorrow. Of course, we'll be closed tomorrow. The schools are open. And then, yeah, well, for some of the
They get
parents,
off at
that's
2
not
anyway.
a bad thing, because those are going to be in houses with boarded up shutters for days. So while the parents are getting ready for the mayhem, the children can continue with life as they know it. So I can tell you, City Hall was like, woohoo, school's still open.
Jody might have a different
Okay,
song on that one.
Tomorrow, you have any meetings scheduled in the morning?
I haven't heard anything yet. We all got together this morning at about 9:30 and went over our action plan. I would assume that we're going to do something similar tomorrow, just to get all of our ducks in a row, and we'll know a little bit more about the storm track at that time, so that, we'll be able to, anticipate a little bit better what we're looking at. Because right now, they're not looking good.
Yeah, all the police chiefs and the sheriff will be meeting tomorrow at 1 o'clock, so to formulate their plans. We have another policy meeting at 3 o'clock tomorrow, again with the cities, with EOC, see what track it's taking. And of course, Courtney's going to keep you all updated as we find out.
Can I ask a question? Sorry, as a newbie, who's considered essential city staff versus non-essential?
Police, fire, public works,
Those are, okay.
and everybody
And
else.
the directors, you have the
Yeah.
building department, they've been doing roof permits all day today, 17 roof permits.
Okay.
I'm so glad I didn't get my roof started on. I got a check sitting in my house, and I'm like, I better go deposit this. I'm gonna wait till end of October. Are we doing sandbags again
Yes.
tomorrow? Okay.
Absolutely. I'm going in the morning to pick up 4,000 more sandbags from the county. The deal is we have to replace them, but we'll worry about that another time. But I'll pick those up in the morning, and we'll take them up to the site. It's much easier to do that than what we were doing this morning. People were getting confused as to, what they were doing, because I was out at the site for a little while, and people were showing up there with no bags, so then we had to send them back. So we'll have bags up there. I'll hopefully have a couple guys stationed up there to be able to hand out the bags. The police officers are handing out the bags now. The police chief has been kind enough to have somebody there all day to make sure that there's not the mayhem that went on the last time we had to do sandbags, because down at the sports park, it was just craziness. So,
How do
I
we,
think-
I mean, we're getting the bags from the county. We're not asking people if they're residents of the city when they
No.
come to
No.
get these bags.
No.
Why are we having to pay the county back? I mean, half of the bags we're giving out up there could be the county residents.
right, well, that's a battle for another day that,
Yeah, okay.
somebody in a higher pay grade than me can.
Do we know if the county has any places where they can get sandbags?
They
for the
do.
county
There's
residents?
They
four
do.
locations. In fact,
Okay.
they just shut them down, Ellen, because they don't have enough bags. County. They literally, I just got a text from the EOC. Due to high demand, all 4 Brevard County sandbag locations are shut down for the day. Those currently in line will be let through. They're 2-3 hour waits
Oh, my gosh.
on some of these locations.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue there. I mean, just the wait time. You know, I was working with Jeff this morning trying to get some prisoners to help fill bags, because you have elderly folks and
Yeah, and they
things
can't.
like that that don't have the capability of filling bags themselves. So he tried, and because there's 4 different county sites, he couldn't help us out. But, you know, tomorrow I'll see if I can get a couple guys out there and, you know, see what we could do.
Well, I'd like to say, so for anybody that's listening and that doesn't do the sandbag thing, I go out and I buy planting soil, bags of potting soil, because I know I'm going to use it anyways, and that's what I use for my sandbags around my house. And, you know, you spend a little bit of money, but it's something you'll use, and then you're not stuck with these bags full of sand and having to dispose of the sand after the fact, which becomes quite a hassle as it's
Funny you say
itself,
that. I went to Lowe's to get charcoal for my big green egg, because I know I'm going to be using that.
so. Uh-huh.
So I ran into Dan Rock, the former fire chief, and he was buying bags of the play sand. I said, going cheap and easy, huh? And he says, oh, yeah, cheap and easy is good. So, you know, and a lot of people were buying that, topsoil and
Mulch. Bags of mulch.
People mulch,
bags
yeah.
of mulch, sand, yeah.
Bags of mulch.
And then if you're real nervous, you can tarp over it to kind of give a little bit of extra.
Put it under it, put the tarp down first, and then
Well,
put
you
that
can-
on it, so that way the water doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good idea, yeah.
All right. Any other business? Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
Thank you.
See you guys tomorrow, I guess.
We'll be here.
Yes, we will.
All right.
We'll be here.
Thank you, guys. Meeting is adjourned.
Nice to meet you.